So our municipal composting program, which we're calling Village Compost, right now is open to any resident who lives in the village of Rhinebeck. So a municipal composting program means that village residents, they can drop off their food scraps and you bring your little bucket over to a centralized location where we have a large container that is locked. Once a week, the farm that we're partnering with at the village, Ellerslie Stable, they pick up that compost container and they bring the food scraps to the farm where they're already composting horse manure and shavings, used bedding from the horse stable. The food scraps are incorporated into that composting mix, and it's about a 9-week process, give or take. In the spring, we'll make a portion available to the participants so they can actually get some of that finished compost and use it in their own home gardens or even their potted plants if you're not a big gardener. It's free to participate, and that's really important because it's a matter of changing people's habits, so we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to participate, so it's free. The way we're able to make it free is we did receive a grant from New York State through the Department of Environmental Conservation, otherwise known as the DEC, and that grant is paying for the little buckets that we give out, the collection container that we have in the municipal parking lot.
I think it was a up and down experience. There were some frustrations, there were some challenges, there were some huge barriers that happened. But I think the most inspiring was the support that we got from so many people in the village, not just residents, but also within the village government.
When the village ran into the trouble of trying to find a spot where they could compost their table scraps, that just seemed like a synergy to me. All I had to do to take table scraps was have the DEC come out and inspect the site, and then we could accept a large amount of table scraps and add it to what we were producing here. And the truth is, what the town's going to produce is very small compared to what we're making here. So it's very easy to incorporate it. Any table scraps that we are getting from the town, we're going to incorporate into the pile within 24 hours so they don't have a chance to start to smell and rot. So the table scraps that we get from the village will improve the soil amendment quality of the compost.
What's exciting about this program is we can take all manner of food waste. So whether it's raw or cooked, fresh, or the moldy stuff from the back of your fridge, including meat, dairy, and bones, which you typically can't do in a backyard compost situation. Really makes it easy for you in your kitchen to just scrape all your food waste into your bucket. And in terms of what you can't include, try to take off all those little tiny stickers on your fruits and veggies, those compostable items, such as takeout containers. Those are not accepted in our program because they just don't break down quickly enough at the farm composting setting. But with composting, this is something that everyone can do. And it's so gratifying. It's really fulfilling to know that you're doing your part.
We have engaged an entire community in taking one step that will help us to shift away from a waste-based society.
The spark to really make this one of our focus projects here in the village really came from the volunteers that I work with on the Climate Smart Task Force for the village. As part of this overall project, the Climate Smart Task Force, we've been reaching out to restaurants and businesses in the village, really urging them to look at how to get their food scraps diverted from the landfill. I think that a lot of people don't know that when your food waste goes to a landfill, it actually causes greenhouse gas emissions. And then there's other co-benefits as well, like your main trash can is not going to be as stinky in your kitchen. You're going to have less trash to bring out on trash day. And it connects people back to the earth and to the land.
And we're hoping that this will begin to grow and expand beyond the initial 105 people. And our next goal is to engage with 200 people, so our entire municipality is no longer throwing waste into the landfill. And then we're hoping that we become a model for other municipalities.